Hey, it's Bernard Nomberg with the Nomberg Law Firm, and I wanted to just take a few minutes to talk about the role of the vocational expert in the Social Security Disability Appeals hearing. When we go into those hearings, it's at that stage of the process where it's now time for the administrative law judge to hear your case, to listen to you, to meet you for the first time, to take what he or she has seen in writing and all of the medical evidence and other paperwork that's part of your file and actually hear from you. And as part of that, after you've testified, the vocational expert who's been hired by the government, they have an opportunity after having reviewed your file as well. It's not somebody you'll ever meet before the hearing, to provide some guidance, some answers and information for the court concerning a work standpoint. And what I mean by a work standpoint, they're not looking for jobs for you. They're analyzing your medical and work and other evidence that's in the file, and then taking your information and analyzing it with the hypothetical job markets that are out there. First, they'll look at your prior past work performance, which typically goes back about 15 years, to see whether or not you can still perform any of those jobs given the requirements, given the skill level, the lifting requirement and level, and some other factors. And then they'll be asked a series of questions by the judge that are in the form of hypotheticals. And you'll probably hear some responses that don't make a lot of sense. Sometimes the vocational expert will come back based on the hypotheticals, most of which is about you or your testimony or your medical evidence, about different limitations, about different things that you can and cannot do, certain aspects of your medical case that the judge is highlighting when comparing to trying to find jobs or look for jobs to see if you can maintain substantial gainful employment. And at the end of the judge's questions, I may have the opportunity to ask some hypotheticals or some other considerations to the VE, the vocational expert. And that typically is at the very end of the hearing. But the main purpose of the VE is to help provide some guidance to the judge as to the job market that's out there and whether or not in your situation, and it's specific to you, they're not talking about other people, whether or not that in the opinion of the VE, there are jobs out there, either your past jobs that you could do or in the hypothetical job market, and they look at this big database, and that's another video that will explain how that works. But just wanted to give you a quick overview of the purpose of the vocational expert in a Social Security disabilities hearing. If you have questions about any of this, just give us a call. 205-930-6900 is our office number. Nomberglaw.com is our website. We can be found on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.